one of those weeks where everything that could go wrong went well. So hope you had a better week. Hope you had a better week. Alrighty. Just waiting for everybody to come in. We were supposed to do a test today, and like I said, there have been more glitches and power outages and all kind of things going wrong. So instead, we're going to do an activity and count it like it's a test. Plus, we're going to do a end of um, quarter test in a couple of days, so there's no need for a big test today. So we're going to do an activity instead. So if you, let me share and make sure that it's visible. Folks still coming in. It's the last Friday in summer, y'all. Although it has been acting like fall already, the weather's gone up and down, cold in the morning and warm in the afternoon. It's dark in the morning. I'm not used to this darkness in the morning. 7 o'clock, the sun hasn't come up yet. Alrighty. So if you go to your to do, let me back up and do that. So let's start on the home page. All right, so on your home page, so make sure that you get that in. All right. Oh, they have the exam schedule. So yes, Tuesday. That's September 30th. So we'll do the quarter exam, and so we'll include anthropology in that. So we're not doing a big exam today. We're just going to do a small activity. So click on um, quiz. It's not really a quiz. It's kind of a worksheet. 1 minute. Let me let this next person in. All right. So what you need to do is to download this. It's just got some things for you to do, asking some questions. What would you do? What would you do? What the bones tell us. And so you just have to explain what each of these um, situations tell us about the bones. And that's it. Okay. So instead of a big test, you simply have to answer these questions and submit it. And we're good for today. If you finish early, you're welcome to work on something else. If you still owe some other assignments that are due, because most of the assignments are due by today. So after today, I probably would have to open it up for you. So if you're missing anything, make sure that it's turned in by today. All right. So again, this short activity, download this. Um, this is the test. Okay, short test. Make sure that you've done your reflection on Mystery of the Bones for you, and you've turned in um, the other activity on Mystery of the Bones. Okay, and any questions, just ask. Yes, you can use your notes. You can use Canvas. Use your notes. Yes, yes, yes. That's if you have any. So download it. Most of you download in Kami so that you can write on it, so that you can answer the questions in right next to the spaces provided, and then save it. Save it as a PDF and then upload it. And for those of you who need to catch up on your grade, I do have to make phone calls today. So please make it look like you're attempting to do better. Good morning. If I just let you in, it's not in the module, it's on your to-do list. It's on your to-do list. If you go to the home, go back to your home page, let someone else in. All right, it is not in the module. It is on your to-do list. I'll leave it here for a minute because 3 people just coming in. All right, those of you who just came in, good morning. We are not doing a full unit test. We are doing an activity instead. So you want to come to your to-do list. It is not in the module. Click on that. You are downloading a worksheet and you are answering the questions on the worksheet. Download it in such a way that you can write on the worksheet so that you can put your answers either underneath or next to. You're going to answer these questions, save it, and upload it, and that is the quiz. We will include questions, but sorry. The end of quarter exam is in less than a week and a half away. So we're going to reserve that for the big test. So that will be a big test. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So we're doing this today instead of a big test. Once you complete this, you are done for today if you don't owe me anything else. And then with the thought that we are doing a full semester exam, please go back and look at your modules. If you finish up early and you don't know anything else, know that the semester exam is going to start from Introduction to Forensics. So we will cover questions from all of these topics. Okay. So this is where the questions from the wrap up will come in on this one. The questions from the wrap up on that one will come in, and the questions from the wrap up on this one. So 3 modules. Go back and read them over, look and see what's what. Because that's what the test on the 30th will be about. Okay, I'm going to stop talking. Again, today's activity is not in the module. It is on the home page on your to-do list. Clicking Forensic Anthropology quiz, and you are downloading the worksheet. Use your notes, use your notes, use your notes. So even GoGuardian gives me mixed messages. It'll tell me that you're not logged in. Like, see, I know you, I see you logged in here, but it's telling me you're offline. If you are using your phone or some other device, please let me know. Because like I said, I do attendance by checking GoGuardian. If it says you're offline, that usually tells me that you're not present. So if you are on a different device, please let me know. Okay, thank you, Z. That's Forensic Anthropology quiz. You can use Canvas as your notes. If you have no notes, check Canvas. Canvas has pictures. Canvas has the information that you need in order to do measurements and make comparisons. It says a skull has been found. So no, there is no picture of the skull, but if you go on your notes, um, it describes what on the skull you should be looking for. So no, there is not a picture of any of these bones. Let me. You write your answers out. None of these are multiple choice. Um, I'm going to add two pictures for you. These are response questions. These are not choose A, B, C, or D. Everyone needs a response. They are not multiple choice. All right, I'm going to upload skull pictures for you. See if that helps. Not sure it will, but it might. Mm, okay, hold on a second. Let me finish uploading these pictures. All right, I don't know why this one came up the way it did, but let me see how this goes. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull this up, share, and it just created all kind of interesting things. All right. All right. I have included a picture of a skull for you. So the first question, and again, these are not multiple choice. You are going to look, it says a skull has been found. And so you need to look, you're looking at a skull, but since you can't imagine looking at a skull, I'm giving you one. But it's not the, to say, if you were looking at any skull that might have been found, what will this suture tell you? What would a large brow ridge tell you? What would the large supraorbital ridge tell you? So you need what information are you going to get from these three parts of this of the skull? So I have given you a picture of a skull. And I've also given you another diagram that I don't know why it came up the way it did. Okay, so since the one on in Canvas isn't as explicit, okay? So here you have the names of all of the parts. Let me close that one. This one you can blow, whoops. Oh, I know what it did. Okay, hold on. If I can, I don't know why this is connected to that. But anyway, and I can't, remove link. Okay, we're removing that, I think. Okay, so that should be good. Take that out of there, then you can um, click on the picture, enlarge it, and do what you need to do with it. Okay. So now, no. Maybe you can't. What you can do is copy the image and you can enlarge it yourself. So copy it, send it somewhere else, and enlarge that picture so that you have a labeled skull. Okay, and then you're going to answer, oh my goodness, what's going on? So that has become part of that. Wow. Okay. This is crazy. Now I gotta, okay, let me try to, gotta edit it again. And I gotta put the document back. Everybody should have their document already, so it shouldn't matter what I'm doing. But for some reason, this has now become part of that. Okay. So I'm going to put that one back. All right, now it's back. It's crazy. Like I told you, everything is going wacky wacky this week. If it can go wrong, it will go. Don't understand what is happening. See, I don't know why that's there. Just as long as you can get this back. I did. I did, and then uh it doesn't say that it's choose an answer. So it is nowhere on here does it indicate that these are multiple choice questions. All right, nothing about this says multiple choice. For example, number 4 says a grave is found. What can you tell about the remains? One, if the jaw has this kind of angle, what does that tell you? If it's have a subpubic angle, what does that tell you about the pubic area? The pubic bone. What does the femur tell you? We've been working on these. If they give you this information, what does that tell you? Okay, for each of these questions, it's a statement. What does it tell you? If they give you this statement and this is what you found, what does it tell you? What information are you going to get from the information that this is giving you? All right, a female is reported missing in the area. The family of the missing woman was healthy, and their slightly built missing daughter never did any strenuous work but did bear 3 children. How would you verify if the woman was buried at the grave site? So they're giving you this information. How would you be able to tell from her information that she had 3 children? How would you tell that she did not engage in manual labor? How would you tell that she was over 21 years of age? What about the skeleton is going to tell you that she's slightly built or that she came from a wealthy family? What about the skeleton? If this is the information um, that you have about her history, what about the skeleton will verify this? Am I clear now? Again, you can use Canvas. Again, these are not multiple choice questions. They are questions. There is a question. Each one is a statement with parts. Random. Hmm. Looks like we're having another one of those days where folks are getting kicked out. That has been happening all week. I know y'all were in, and all of a sudden you're out. Like I said, it has been one of those weeks. All right, Lorenzo, I know you were in. That's okay. Like I said, I remember that you were already in. All right. Trey, check your to-do list. You should be working on the forensics quiz. see anything. If you still have questions, please ask. And again, if you finish early, go back and start preparing because that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a review all of next week. We'll be reviewing the modules from the beginning. So we've completed 3 modules. So go back and review those. Introduction to uh, forensics and criminal justice. So there's some laws you got to remember. Crime scene investigations and forensic anthropology. All will be tested on the 30th. And you can use any resource that you can find. Your lessons, yes. Somebody else got kicked out. Again, if there's an assignment that you need me to open, because you can't have access to it, but I believe most of the things are open until today. So if you're missing an assignment, please try to get it in by today. You'll still say late, but you can at least submit it as better than a zero. Oh, okay. There were a couple of you who needed to do forensic science review questions, so that has been open until today. Again, if you are finished with the other activity, you need to go look back. You're welcome. Look back and see if there is something that you can turn in to make your grade look better. Again, next week is the end, so you want to make sure your report card grade is as pretty as it needs to be. Quite a few of you have not done your self-reflection, so please make sure that you have that done. All right, and again, with the self-reflection, you should come up with, it should be done as if we are searching for information about you. So for age, how will we know how old you are? How old are you? What is your height? What did the bones tell us your height would be? What did the bones tell us your ethnicity is? What did the dental record tell us about the way you eat or um, and identifying did you have a cavity that they would know it was you on cavity on my lower left, whatever, and they would know from your dental records that's you. If you had any trauma, if you have no trauma, say I've had no trauma. I've never had a broken bone in my life. No accidents, no nothing. So all bones should be clean. Say that. It's just about you. It's a story about you. That's why it's a self-reflection. All right, so if you didn't do that, and It's going to be graded. If you just gave me information, then it's going to be graded as if it's general information and it's not about you. All right, we got about a little more than 5 minutes left to class. If you are already done, you don't owe me anything. Yes, you are free to go ahead and log out. Have a nice weekend. But please make sure that you don't owe me anything. Savannah's still here. All right, Savannah, I just read your Mystery of the Bones. Excellent. That's exactly what I wanted you to say. Thank you. Brooklyn, you too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's exactly the way you were supposed to do it. Yes, I'm catching up on the grading because y'all have done 3 assignments that some of you are just outstanding, but uh, yes, Friday they up. Um, so yeah, the 3 things that I'm looking at for people who have not had them graded yet are the Mystery of the Bones, Reflection, and today's assignment. Everything else should be graded. Like I said, if you haven't turned it in the last 2 minutes, yes, later today. Well, 2 o'clock, up to 2 o'clock. After 2 o'clock, I can't guarantee it's gonna get graded today. Also, it's Friday, so if at 1:30 you need to pop into the Zoom to have a chat, I'll be there. Tuesdays and Fridays, 1:30 to 2. Oh, Anaya, yours was wonderful too. Excellent. Still here? Mm, no. Come. All right, folks, it is time to go. So you are welcome to log out. Again, have a nice weekend. We'll be here for another minute or so, but time's up.